What's up, everybody? I'm back with another 2 deals video, and I have a ton of deals. I actually have more access to deals than that. Home Depot and Lowe's have just released their Labor Day sales, and they're plentiful, and we have some more stuff just left over that is going to be outgoing in terms of deals. So let's first start off over at Lowe's. As a reminder, everything's going to be clickable in the lower left hand corner. Like the video before you like, it's bound to be sure something that you love. Subscribe so you don't miss any deals in the future. Let's go. First off, I have a question. This DeWalt Grabbo, we've talked about it briefly in the past, and most of these devices that are similar to this cannot grab porous items. But the DeWalt seems as though it can. So just what is your experience? Can this Grabbo grab porous items or no? Because this is another porous item right here, and it's just grabbing it. So I'm curious. Most of these things can do glass just fine, but not porous items. And if I don't get too much feedback, I might just have to grab one myself. But let me know in the comments. Moving on, we have again this Cobalt 40 volt 6 amp hour battery with a charger, 20-inch push lawnmower. $249 is insanely cheap because the last few years battery operated lawnmowers that are pretty decent have not been this cheap unless they were like 18 volts and like 16-inch. This is a 20-inch. There have been people in the comments saying that they love it. So if you have been in the market, just saying, the Cobalt right here is ripe for the grabbing. And again, with this Bosch 40-foot red. Now, the only gripe I have against this thing is that it's red. But that's still good indoors. And this has a really thick line compared to its other red laser brethren. All right, so we have this self-leveling laser level, and it also has plumb points as well. This is mountable all different kinds of ways, and it's highly accurate. $79. This is more than half off, and it comes with a free stand. That is crazy talk for a name brand laser level. That is just insanely good. With the tripod too, crazy price. I think everyone should have this. If you don't have a laser level with the cross lines, and get this, okay? You don't need to spend $200 on a green laser level. This is going to be really good. $79. There you go. Now, moving to some Labor Day deals, we do have this buy one get one free via a rebate on these one coat paints from Sherwin-Williams. There's also Valspar paints on here as well. So I'm just gonna do this. I'll leave a link to one of the paints, and you can just go through here and find what you might need. I obviously can't recommend a paint. Moving on, we are also having Labor Day deals. Now, if you were ever in the market for appliances and you need something immediately, wait till Labor Day. That's when all of the deals on appliances at Lowe's and Home Depot pop up. And this is one, for instance, almost half off this Samsung set. I don't know if I have this set exactly, but mine looks identical, but it's blue and rose gold. All right, so mine is blue, and then the little hinges here are rose gold. Looks very nice. A lot of people complain about Samsung washers and how they fail. That is because those people, in my opinion, do not read instructions. I've had mine for 3 years now, and it gets used 4 to 5 times a week, and it's just fine. The problem is you got to load it properly, and when it gets offloaded, don't just let it keep trying to fix itself. Go in there, hit pause, open the thing up, and balance the load. That is the thing with non-agitator top load washers these days. You have to make sure you load it properly. Read your manual. That will save you from having the thing malfunction sooner than later. So that's the problem. Other than that, if you load it properly, this thing's going to be great. It washes well, dries well. I know mine even has a little function where you can hook the dryer up to water and steam dry the clothes. Is crazy. $11.96 for the set. That's about how much they cost individually, about $1,000 a piece. $11.96 for the set. Rockin' deal. And don't forget about your Rakuten, which is offering 1% cash back. But on smaller things like that Grabbo and that Cobalt, If you use the link in the description and sign up, you'll get a bonus $30 on top of that 1% cash back. And if, of course, if you've already done that, just use Retail Me Not for the 3%. Here is another appliance. We have this LG this dual French door refrigerator here, $18.99, $1,800 off. And this is on a buy more, save more. So if you buy one, you get an automatic 5% off right here. If you buy 2 items, and you click here, you can see your eligible items, you'll get an extra 10%, then 3%, 15% with 3, 20% with 4 items, and you get an extra free water filter. A lot of little promos going on there for appliances. And then also I want to show you guys this Whirlpool dishwasher, which I also have. It is super quiet, stainless steel interior, also has a third rack. All the racks are adjustable except for the third rack to hold all your utensils and stuff. Really good dishwasher. I use it literally every day. It's been fine for the past several years. $5.99. Well, that's a lot less than what I paid for it. I don't even want to say what I paid for it, but I think I got mine on sale, air quotes, for like $8.50, but it was brand new, and that was like 3 years ago. So it's been on the market a little while. You can tell by those reviews there, 12,295. Again, it is a really good dishwasher. Moving on over to Home Depot, we have some special buys and we have some non-special buys. This happens to be a special buy, and it's very weird. You get a starter kit with a rapid charger and an 8 amp hour Forge battery. So this is the tablets battery, and then an impact driver. It's weird because you would never put an 8 amp hour battery on a on an impact driver. It's weird, but it's $249 for all this. And if you want a little extra 5% off, you could add some accessories here like this impact duty driver bit set here for $19.97 and get a little 5% off, which is saying a lot because 5% off is going to be $12. So you're almost getting this for like $7. It's not bad. Moving on, we also have this on a special buy, a lighting kit. So you have your M12 rover light, and then you also have the neck lights here with their extra battery charger and a 1.5 amp hour battery, which is plenty for a flashlight, and a charger for $119. It's a really good deal for all that stuff. Moving on, we also have these M18 double cut metal shears with a 5 amp hour battery. I've never used these shears at all. Has great reviews. I haven't really had a need for them, but $199 for that whole ordeal there with the 5 amp hour battery. Very, very good deal. Now, I am curious to see what this costs ordinarily on its lonesome. You see that? You see those prices? $279 at Northern Tool, $351. Granger's always reckless. Yeah, $279 at Zorro for this same bundle here. So I like to show you guys these things just so you can really see how good of a deal this is. I might grab it and sell this battery just to have this if I ever need it in the future. Moving on, we have this Milwaukee 1/2 inch impact socket set, 14 sockets here. This is $54. This has been a recurring theme every special buy, and it also comes with a hard case. Then we also have this, a 36 piece with a pack out case for $144. Now that sounds like a lot of money, but when you think about it, if you were to double the pieces here, that's $110, right? And that's still less than what you're getting here in terms of pieces. And this is metric and SAE, and it comes with the pack out, so you see the $144 is actually not a terrible deal. Now moving on, we have this Ryobi router kit. It comes with a 2 amp hour battery, a charger, and also some router bits. Are these carbide router bits? It does not say. But all of this is $149, which is not a bad deal. However, I would say this will be a better deal. So you get the Milwaukee Fuel router with a 5 amp hour battery, not a 2 amp hour battery, for $179, which is, just an extra $30 to get the big boy that's going to last longer, more powerful. I can't speak on the ergonomics, but you get a bigger battery. You just need a charger. To me, this is a much better deal over here. Moving on, we have this Ryobi brad nailer and jigsaw for 178. That's a great deal. I don't even have to really get into that. You guys know that that's a great deal. And I would recommend this for new woodworkers. So if you were new to woodworking, or you just were curious about the hobby, grab something like this for 178. So you're not like heavily invested in tools and you spend a lot of money. This is a great deal to see if you'd like the hobby at all on this jigsaw and this brad nailer. So there you have that. Then we also have this DeWalt pancake compressor with a hose for 179. Now, this is shockingly a battery operated unit for 169, which I don't even really know what to say about that. That is really inexpensive for a brand like DeWalt. Makes me wonder whether it's good. 77% of customers recommend it, but the ratings are overall good. I've never used it. Let us know in the comments if you have. 169 is that's insane for a battery operated one. Moving on, we have this rigid high torque impact wrench with two 4 amp hour max output batteries, a charger in the bag. I like this deal because of the two batteries. If it was just the two only, this would be not so great at all. But with the impact wrench and those two max output batteries, this is a smoking deal for $199. So if you needed a good high torque impact wrench, there you have that. Don't forget to register your rigid products so you have a lifetime service agreement. Moving on, we also have this rigid angle grinder. I wouldn't imagine this would be all that good, but it'll angle grind enough for the money. $99 for that, a 4 amp hour battery and a charger. That is insane deal right there if you needed an angle grinder. And if you wanted a super good one, I probably wouldn't go that route. I might consider this one though, this Milwaukee M18 Fuel, and it does have rapid stop. Again, we've been over this a bunch of times. For whatever reason, some of their pictures doesn't have the rapid stop logo on there, but these do. You just have to read, and it clearly says rapid stop right there. So this is not the most powerful Milwaukee angle grinder, but it is a good one at 189 with that 5 amp hour battery. Then also, to get an extra 5% off, you could just add an extra grinding wheel for 497. So I would totally do that. So there you have that. Then we also have this Milwaukee M12 Fuel random orbital detail sander with two 3 amp hour batteries for 169. I have never used this tool in my life. I don't know anything about it. But again, reviews look excellent. So 169, there you have it. Moving on, we also have this Rigid. Now I mentioned Rigid had a new inflator. This is what I was talking about for $99. And I bought that Metabo HBT inflator. It was completely destroyed. I don't know what happened. It didn't happen in shipping because the shipping box was fine, but I don't know what happened. But the box was smashed. I didn't even bother opening that thing. So somebody in the comments said that Metabo HBT wasn't good. I still want to try it for myself, and I was gonna compare it to this, but look, this is on sale right now with a 2 amp hour battery for $99. The tool alone is $99. So there you have that. It's a good inflator. It is kind of big, but it has nice carrying handle, nice dial. It works well. Has onboard storage. It's good. $99, not terrible at all. And also, the other thing I need to mention is that it is a hybrid unit. So it can run off of the battery and plug into the cigarette lighter. So that's all going to be hidden in the onboard storage over there. So that is what I really, really like about the thing, even though they're not showing it in the pictures at all. All right, there we go. Hybrid source power runs on any rigid 18-volt battery or the included 12-volt vehicle cord. So there you have that. Most inflators just run off batteries or the 12-volt plug. This does both at $99. There you have it. Moving on, we have this Milwaukee M18 Fuel hacksaw on a BOGO. Now, this is not a special buy today. Neither was that rigid deal. This just is what it is. Now, it is a BOGO, so you get to choose between a battery, if you can see that there, battery, or an impact driver. If you just wanted the hacksaw, you choose the impact driver because it's more money. And what happens is that impact driver breaks down to be $94, which is a sweet deal for the impact driver, and the hacksaw $104.76 return, which you don't want. Moving on again, we have that same angle grinder that we just saw earlier for, well, I don't remember what it was, $189 with a battery. Now, if you didn't care for that battery, you could just come over here and again add this impact driver, and then this will break down to be 124.70 for the angle grinder, and you just return your impact driver there. That's 194 because two of them in the cart. Moving on again, this is for those of you that absolutely need a mechanics tool set right now. But if you don't, wait 2 months because this will be $90, $99. So if you need it today, paying that extra $20 won't be a bad deal. Very good set. Just keep in mind it's a lot of little random bits that account for that 270 pieces. So 137 of them is just fluff. But it is still a solid set. If you wanted something a little more robust that had more deep sockets and more standard sockets, I would wait a couple months and get the more expensive one. But it does come with more usable tools. But this is a very good set, lifetime warranty. I've recently had something finally break, but I haven't tried to go back to Home Depot or redeem it because I forget about it. But I finally had something break. I had an adapter snap. But overall, I've never had any issues over the years. Moving on, we have this M12 3 amp hour battery pack. You've been seeing this theme lumped with certain things, but it also works as a BOGO. And there are some incredible tools to choose from. You have shears, a hammer drill. You have shop vacs. You have trimmers. You have a rivet tool. You have extended reach ratchets, drill drivers, 4-in-1 drill drivers, impact, the new stubbies in all sizes, 1/2 inch, 3/8 inch, 1/4 inch. You have a copper tubing cutter, the right angle impact wrench, all types of stuff that you can just take advantage. If you wanted some good fuel M12 tools, now's the time to do it because my goodness, they are right. Let's just look at these pruning shears right now. What would those break down to be? 164 for the kit. That's a kit too. Comes with a battery and charger. That is not bad at all. So I, like you, I'm going to look at this. I might get a rivet tool just because I have everything else, or maybe a copper tube cutter. Man, I don't know. 164, this thing will be like $80. And there it is, $91.80 for that copper tube cutter. I might grab. I don't know. All right, about to wrap up. We have this rigid mid-torque impact wrench, 119 with the 4 amp hour battery, the impact wrench, the charger in the bag. Good deal there. And finally, we have this DeWalt DWS 779 miter saw with a stand for $499. This is on a special buy. That is a super sweet deal. This is their almost tippy top of the line. The one above this is DWS 780, which just simply has the light, but you can retrofit that onto this. And that is it for today's video. Hopefully it was helpful. If you got any value from it, again, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and miss your deals in the future. Share this with your brethren, and I will see you guys next time.